What's up guys, my name's Noah and you're watching The Productive Producer. Today we're gonna make some lo-fi. Some really boring music, but it's super popular right now and it's pretty easy to make. The hardest part is music theory, but I'm gonna show you guys a way around that. So before we get into all of that, if you guys like what you're seeing today and you guys may need some help with your music, there's a link in the description of this video where you can book studio time with me, where you and I will get on a Zoom call and work on your music together. So with that, let's get into making some lo-fi right now. Let's put the headphones on. So the first thing we need to do is find a sound, and I found this one. So you can come in and make chords in here if you know how to make chords, but here's an easy way to do it. A lot of guys will tell you like, go in here, put all the notes, we'll get the C major scale notes here. Then select all of them, push them over here, and then fold. And then you get all the notes in the C major scale no matter where you put them. Well, there is a much easier way to do that. Granted, it will not translate your MIDI very well, but if you're not planning on sharing this MIDI with anybody else, it shouldn't matter. Check this out. So you go in here, you go to MIDI effects, you go to scale, go down to C major, and if we're writing in the C major scale, we can put any note in here that we want, and it will never be out of tune. So in the C major scale, it's only the white keys. Same note, right? It auto corrects to whichever scale you're using. So let's make some chords. Okay, so here's a helpful tip right here. Consolidate your chords. You want to get them voiced properly. So we have a really high voice up here. We got voices down here that could probably be moved up an octave, so they are closer together with this one. So let's try that. Some of the notes are a little too close together, so let's try taking the G and F sharp, but those aren't, the F sharp really isn't in the scale, guys. Remember, it's correcting. Okay, so it's really simple. Nothing crazy. We're not getting wild with our music theory today. We're just making some effective lo-fi. So now what we want to do is we want to come up here. Let's start making this even more lo-fi-ish. So we'll take an EQ. Let's EQ the majority of the frequencies out here. Let's try this preset. Let's go into vinyl distortion here and get a vinyl effect. Make this thing sound like it's an old record playing. So it's sounding okay. It's not sounding as rich as I'd like it. Let's actually build a new chord progression. Okay, so now let's slow it down a little bit. Maybe like 125. Okay, I like that. I like that. Okay, so let's go up to the drum kit. For the drum kit, I picked the Chromatone kit. And let's just get our kick and snare in there. All right, now let's get into the hi-hats here. Let me find a hi-hat sample. Okay, so we got this hi-hat sample. Sounds like this. So let's turn this into a lo-fi hi-hat. So the first thing we want to do is throw on some overdrive, and then we're going to cut the highs, most of them off. So let's copy these, actually duplicate them and take the second ones. Now is this copy and paste, Command C, Command V when selecting all the notes there. And let's just grab a groove from the groove library. You could find these in packs, core library, swing and groove, hip-hop. I like that New York cut. I already got it saved, so let's try that. I like that little break right there too. All right, cool. So now let's take a crash. Let's find a crash in here. Turn this bad boy down. Let's actually put a little bit of saturation here on these drums. Beef them up a little bit. Put this on the rim as well. So here what we're going to do is we're just going to copy and paste this for the sidechain trigger. Bring these down here. I'm not going to go into how I made the sidechain trigger today, just that you could find lots of videos on there. If you want to see me do a video on that, let me know in the comments. Okay, now the bass. Let's use a bass guitar for this one. If you have Ableton Live Suite, all this stuff comes with Ableton Live Suite. Put a saturator on there. Let's actually EQ out that noise there on the top. Okay, so we found this guitar sample here, which I think is pretty good. It's pretty good for this type of song, but there's a problem with it. There's actually a couple problems with it. First thing is there is the first problem is this sample is not labeled correctly. It says it's in B, and normally when there's a B with no M next to it, means it's usually implied that it is a B major. But that's not true. It's B minor. And on top of that, there's a wrong note in the B minor scale as well. So let's assume that this was in B major like I had originally thought. So if we bumped it up one to C major, which is the key we're writing in right now, and we put the tuner on it, I already know that B flat is not in the C major scale. That tells me that this sample is in B minor. You can look at it right here, C major, A minor. You can see that each major scale has a corresponding minor scale. So I know from experience that C major and A minor go together. They share all the same notes. So I can transpose this sample down from B minor to A minor, and it'll work with a C major chord progression. Are you confused? So am I. Let's keep going. And I think that sounds pretty good right there. So, well, when we get right over here, listen to this note at the end. Goes back up to the B flat, which is what we don't want. So let's bring this up one note, one semitone. Let's cut this sample right here, and we'll just bump it up one. No big deal. Okay, cool. Now let's add some reverb to this bad boy. If you want to learn about Ableton's reverb, there's a video up there. I'm not really feeling this bass line, so let's try bringing it, having this follow the chords here. Okay, cool. So now we can sort of extrapolate this a little bit. actually get a little bit more beef from those drums. We can actually add a, let's swap the saturator for a drum bus. Oh, actually, we got a drum bus up here. And we could get more complicated with this thing, but I think that pretty much will do it for lo-fi. It's really simple. It just takes a little bit of processing. The main idea is adding some really jazzy chords, which I showed you you could sort of just do by clicking and dragging around, but there are resources out there that can get you some really great chord sounds. You can get chord packs from Splice. You can also get some from Cymatics too. I make samples for Cymatics. I know their products are good, and because I help work on them, and there are some really good resources out there. The main thing is just getting the drums right, getting the drums to sound old and sampled and condensed, as well as getting the low end in there to sit nice. There's a bunch of different ways you can make lo-fi. You could go more real instrument heavy. You can go more synth heavy. We chose an organ today. I wanted to keep everything based in-house in Ableton. So for those of you guys who just own Ableton and can't afford to buy any other sound pack or splice pack or whatever, this video is for you guys. So if you guys like to see me make some other videos, let me know in the comments. If you like this video, if you got something out of it, give a like on that video. Let me know if you guys dig it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next Friday. I make videos every single Friday. Subscribe so you don't miss any of them. I hate saying it because everybody on YouTube says it, but we're a growing channel, guys, and I want to help you guys as much as I possibly can. And the best way for me to help you is for you guys to tell me what you need. So I respond to every comment. So go ahead and leave some comments down there if you guys want to ask me a question. And I will see you guys next Friday. Peace. 'Cause I've been busy.